Okay, this is Memorial Day weekend as I am recording this. And that means three things. One, two, we're doing lots of warrior poses today. And three, I'm dedicating this practice to those who have served, to those who have lost people who have served, because the light in me honors the light in them. One of the things we'll be doing today a little bit later, a couple weeks ago in a different class, I did this little half sun salutation optional thing for those who don't want to tax their wrists or shoulders. So I have a chair, and you'll have options today. I do want to go through that half sun salutation a couple times just so we don't lose practice. We'll have three options. We'll have a standing option using our chair. We'll have our kneeling option. We'll build into our regular full option. So if you don't have a chair, we've got an option for that too. We're going to start standing today in our mountain pose. Nice strong pose. Feet about hip width apart to the ground. If you like your feet closer, that can be fine. That's your practice. Legs are active. We're drawing kneecaps up. Thighs are active. Drawing navel in. Imagine drawing the navel into your rib cage. Lifting your sternum, stacking your spine tall. Let's roll our shoulders up and back and down. Let's reach out through our fingertips. Imagine energy flowing up the front of your body, flowing down the back of your body. You might want to try to slide your sacrum down to lengthen your spine. If you have any anterior pelvic tilt, that will help correct that. Takes you from here to here. Slide that sacrum down. We'll shift our weight from one foot to the other, grounding into the floor. Let's shift our weight to the right foot, lift the left foot, circle the toes, reverse the circle, point and flex the foot. Make fists with the toes and open, make fists and open, round that foot down. Shifting into that left foot, we'll lift the right foot, circle the toes one direction, circle the other direction, point and flex a couple of times, make fists with the toes and open, make fists with the toes and open, we'll ground that back down. Let's inhale to sweep our arms up, and exhale to press them back down. And as we sweep up, our thumbs turn back, opening up our shoulders. As we press down, we pull those shoulder blades down with the thumbs forward. Let's keep those shoulders packed so we're not doing this, keeping those shoulders down the whole time. Inhale. Like this. Let's just inhale the right arm up this time. And lift up. Try to bring breath into that right side of the rib cage. You can keep that arm straight up. If you'd like to take it over a bit, you can do that as well. Just find some opening and space in the right side ribs. On the next big exhale, we'll bring that arm back down. On our next inhale, we can sweep the left arm up. Straight up, reaching, expanding that side here, or reaching over. Using the inhales to create more space, the exhales to go a little deeper, perhaps. Our next exhale brings that arm back down. Let's sweep both arms up. Soften our knees and take a swan dive, coming down to forward fold. Letting the head hang heavy. We can grab opposite elbows. We can nod the head yes or shake the head no to release tension in the neck. We can sway the arms in and out or side to side, releasing the shoulders and back. My knees are still soft. That's fine. Let's release our fingertips down toward the floor. We'll inhale to halfway lift. Keeping your gaze for the most part down so your spine is long. I know you'll glance up a couple times to see what I'm doing, but that's fine. Next to exhale, we'll go back to forward fold. Inhaling, we halfway lift. Exhaling, we fold. Inhaling, we lift. Exhaling, we fold. On our next inhale, we'll circle, sweep, and rise all the way up. Let's take both arms up and just sway to the right. Come back to the center. Sway to the left. Come back to the center. Swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sway right. Inhale, center. Exhale, sway left. Inhale, center. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sway right. Inhale, center. Exhale, sway left. Center. Let's bring our hands down to heart center. Sink our hips back into chair pose. Finding a nice comfortable chair to start today. Rounding down, keeping the shoulders back. Still finding openness across the front body. Still finding length in that spine. So a little bit of lift in your sternum. Breathe and sink. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale through heart center, through chair. Inhale, rise. Exhale through chair. Inhale, rise. Bring it through chair. Inhale, rise. Let's take our swan dive now. Exhale, soften the knees. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, folding. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, swaying right. Inhale, center. Exhale, swaying left. Back to center. Exhale through chair. Inhale, rise. Soften the knees for swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up and rise. Exhale, sway right. Inhale, center. Exhale, sway left. Back to center. Take a chair. And rise. One more time through. Knees soft, swan dive. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up. Sway right. And center. And left. And center. And chair. And rise. Coming back to heart center. Let's toe heel our feet in so our big toes just touch. Little space, little tiny space between our heels. We'll sink back in chair here. Maybe a little deeper than before. Let's bring the right hand to the right thigh to brace it. Let's try to keep our knees level so they're not popping forward of each other. We'll inhale the left arm up. We'll exhale the left elbow across the right leg. We can bring our palms together for a prayer twist, pressing that right hand into the left hand. Another option here, make a fist with your right hand and press into your left hand. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Find that length first, then try to deepen your twist. Inhale to lengthen, deepen the twist. Let's relax back to center. Let's sweep up. Take a little back bend here, a little lift. Come back to chair. Again, keeping those knees level. Left hand to left thigh, stabilizing, inhaling the right arm up. Exhaling the right elbow across. Bringing palms together or making a fist. Inhaling, we lengthen the spine. Exhaling, we take our twist to the left. Each breath brings length to the spine. And each exhale takes us a little farther into the twist if it's available to us today. Let's relax back to center. Let's inhale and rise. A little back bend here. Lifting the sternum. Shine your chest up toward the ceiling. Back to heart center. Take a breath. Let's play with these chaturanga combinations here. So, I'm going to take you briefly through this chair option. And again, if you want to see it more in detail and repeat it more, there's a class in the Gentle Vinyasa from about a week and a half ago. But I'm going to substitute, whereas normally our cast and salutation is a downward facing dog, a high plank, a chaturanga, an upward facing dog, and back to downward facing dog. Have some adaptations with the chair, and then we'll do it on the floor with kneeling. Then I'll go to the full version. You stay at whatever version works for you. So you may be doing a lot of these, but it'll be a version you can do comfortably. So first version, using chair. Doing downward facing dog like I always would, except my hands are on the chair instead of the floor. So I still want that V shape in my body. I still want a nice long line from my hips to my hands. I'm still grounding my hands here. So this takes the place of downward facing dog. Now instead of coming to high plank here, I'm going to come to monkey pose, which I'll bring my hands down to the mat. Now if I can't quite reach the mat, my hands can come to my shins or thighs. This looks like halfway lift, and it really is just like halfway lift. But I didn't really lift into it, so I'm calling it monkey pose because that's a different name for it, especially if you do it with your palms, with your fingertips down on the floor. And then from here, I'm going to go into forward fold. This is taking the place of my my chaturanga, where I sink down. And then instead of a cobra or upward facing dog, I'm going to rise up into my back bend. I'll come back to downward facing dog. So I'm going to inhale into monkey. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to lift to the back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog on the chair. Inhale to monkey. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale monkey. Exhale forward fold. Inhale back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog on my chair. You can stay right there. You can come down to the floor if you like. First floor version is the kneeling version, starting from child's pose. I like my toes together and my knees wide. There's different variations of child's pose. You can take your pick. Sinking the hips back. Bringing the hips to the heels. Lengthening the spine. Forehead to mat. Hands are about shoulder width. Fingers are spread. Middle finger points forward. We're grounding the heels of our hands, the knuckles of our palms, and our fingertips all into that mat. Let's inhale and rise to a kneeling plank. Straight hips. Exhale back, child's pose. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, child's pose, adding on. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, kneeling chaturanga. Shoulders don't go below the elbows yet. Inhale back up to plank. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, child's pose. One more time like this. Then we'll add on one more piece. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Adding on. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale through chaturanga all the way down to the mat this time. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting chest and shoulders. Not using the hands, just using the lower back, the back muscles here. Exhale, float the hips back and up to child's pose. Remember to engage your core on that floating back, that lifting up of the hips. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale all the way down through chaturanga to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, engage the core, float the hips up and back and down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, float the hips. Now you can stay with whatever option you like. I'm going to go into the full version now. You don't have to. Just be careful. Protect your wrists, protect your shoulders. I'm going to curl my toes under, about hip width apart, and then float my hips up into the air, coming to my downward facing dog. I like to slide forward to check that my wrists are over my shoulders. This gives me a pretty good length for my downward facing dog, but there's different techniques, so whatever works for you is fine. But from downward facing dog, take a breath, inhale, and exhale. On your next inhale, we'll slide forward to plank. On exhale, we'll chaturanga. The shoulders don't go below the elbows, please. We inhale, upward facing dog, flipping over the toes, lifting the chest, shining forward. We exhale, again, engaging core, floating hips up and back, rolling back over our toes, downward facing dog. Inhaling to plank. Exhaling chaturanga. Inhaling upward facing dog. Shine the chest, pull the shoulders back and down. Exhale, lead from the abs. One more time, that's it for today. One more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's all come to our hands and knees. On your hands and knees, you're welcome to use fists for wrists. If you don't like to have your wrists flexed, take a cat-cow so the spine is long, the shoulders are packed. Still drawing those abs in. Inhaling to lift the chest and tailbone. Exhaling to scoop under, look at the knees. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to scoop. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to scoop. Coming back to neutral. Let's all sit back into child's. Traction out that spine. Let's spread our hands a little wider than shoulder width. Let's inhale the left hand off the mat and exhale, floating it to the right side, perhaps resting on the right hand. Let's inhale to expand the left side ribs and exhale to sink that left hip down more. Use your breath to open the ribs and sink your hips. Let's inhale that left hand up into the air and exhale it back down to the left side of the mat. Let's inhale the right hand up into the air, exhale it to the left side of the mat, perhaps stacking the hands. Inhale to expand the ribs, exhale to sink that right hip down. Opening up and stretching it out. Couple breaths here. We'll inhale that right hand up, exhale it back to the right side of the mat. Let's begin to walk our hands in toward our knees so we can sit up slowly. Curling our toes under, rolling back onto the balls of our feet. Let's inhale to rise into forward fold. Let's exhale to sink a little deeper into it. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to sweep up. Exhale, sway to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, sway left. Inhale, center. Exhale through chair pose. Inhale, rise. Exhale back to center. Find your breath. Let's widen our stance. We'll do a yoga squat, so we'll have our knees pointing toward our toes. And sink our hips. Perhaps bringing elbows to inner thighs. If you want to sit on a block or a cushion here, if you've got something, that's fine too. Just opening up the thighs a little bit, opening the hips a little bit. Preparing for some of our warrior poses. Inhale to rise. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Exhale back down. Let's rise and open our stance a little more. Taking our starfish pose, leading us into moonflowers. Inhale, lift, expand. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift, expand. Exhale, sink down. Rise and expand, and sink, and rise, and sink. This time we're going to rise up, and as we exhale, let's pivot to the right, opening into Warrior Two. So for Warrior Two, we want to stack that right knee over that right ankle. We want to be able just to see that right big toe. So we don't want the leg too far in or too far out. want it lined up pretty much right straight out so we just see the big toe. That front heel, that right heel, aligns with the back arch. The back foot's pretty much parallel to the back of the mat if you have a mat. Maybe your heels look the furthest thing from your body. Your hips are square. So they're square side to side, they're square front to back. So adjust your hips so they're nice and stacked, stack your spine, pack your shoulders. Reach out in opposite directions. Imagine you're being pulled in both directions. Take a soft, unfocused gaze out past your right fingertips. And inhale to reverse your warrior. Lifting up, we're coming over. You can take a half bind like I just did, or you can just rest your hand on your thigh. That's fine too. And breathe. Let's inhale and exhale back to warrior two. Reverse it. Warrior two. Reverse it. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to warrior two. On our next inhale, let's rise up and pivot toward the right, coming into warrior one. So warrior one, my back foot's at about a 45-degree angle to the edge of my mat. I want to square my hips as much as I can without twisting my back knee. I can also shorten my stance to square my hips more, bring my feet parallel. That's an option, short stance, warrior one. We're lifting, we're breathing, we're expanding the ribs. And now, let's sweep our arms behind the back, roll the shoulders up and back and down, interlace fingers, press palms together, we'll push our knuckles toward the floor, lift our chest toward the ceiling. Begin to fold forward into humble warrior. We'll come halfway down to flat back. We'll readjust the shoulders, roll them back. We'll raise the arms up off the back. You can hang out right here if you like. We can go deeper into it, letting your head hang. Lifting your arms up. Humble warrior. Couple of breaths here. Opening those shoulders. If you'd like to unlace your fingers and put your hands on your thigh for support as you rise, you can. We'll inhale to rise up. Let's release the hands. Sweep the arms back up. Returning to warrior one. Now I've got my chair in front of me for warrior three, so I can use that if I want to. You can also just stay in a pyramid prep pose. So what I'll do here is I'll shorten my stance with parallel feet. Come to pyramid prep. You can hang out here if you like, and hinge forward. You can float that back foot up off the floor, trying to bring it parallel to the floor as much as possible. You've got a chair for balance. You can extend your arms back in airplane if you like. Your choice of warrior three. Gaze is down, find the drishti, find a spot to focus on. Bring that back foot back down, and we'll rise up as we inhale, and we'll exhale coming back to starfish. Take a breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale for moonflowers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, moonflowers. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale, open pivot to your left. Back to warrior two, this time to the left side. So again, knee over ankle, spine stacked, hips levelized, back foot parallel, back leg straight and strong. Taking a soft, unfocused gaze over our left fingertips. Sinking down, warrior two. We'll flip the palm, we'll inhale and lift up to reverse the warrior. Again, hand on leg, half bind, arm straight up, or a little bit of a bend here. Use your breath. Expand the ribs. Inhale. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. For three. For two. And one. Next inhale, we're going to rise up and pivot into warrior one. Finding that either short stance or long stance, warrior one. Lifting the chest, sinking the shoulder blades down. breathing. Front knee over front ankle. Back leg straight and strong. Sweep the arms behind, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Press the palms together. Inhale, lift the front body. Exhale, hinging forward. Come to halfway down and pause. Slide your shoulders back to reset. Raise your arms up off your back. Stay here if you like, or fold deeper into humble warrior. Breathe and sink. Couple more breaths. If you'd like to release your laced fingers and bring your hands to your thighs, you're welcome to. We'll inhale to rise up. Let's release the fingers. Back to warrior one. You can shorten your stance if you like. You can stay with long stance. If you're in short stance, you can just take a pyramid pose here. We'll use airplane arms for this one today. Breathe and float your back leg up. Warrior three. Breathe. Find a drishti. Let's rise back up and open back to starfish. Let's just go through that one more time on each side a little more quickly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, rise back to starfish. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two, other side. Inhale, reverse it. Cut out the humble, it's okay. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pivot to warrior one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, moonflowers. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise and pivot. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, rise to starfish. Exhale, moonflowers. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise and pivot. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale, lift and fold. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, rise to starfish. Exhale to moonflowers. Inhale to rise. Exhale to sunset. Take a breath. Let's move into our fusion portion, our strength training portion. I'm going to use a couple of weights today. And I'm going to give you options. Actually, no, I don't need options for this. So a couple of dumbbells. Our first set is going to be our sort of moonflower yoga squat version of shoulder presses alternating with a deep chair pose. We're going to do rows, but we're doing reciprocating rows today. So we'll start with one arm up and we'll switch sides. So as we do this, keep your core stable. So you're not twisting from side to side to do it, but you're stable, your spine is long, and you're just lifting with your arms. And it makes sense to you. We get more core engagement if you don't do all this business. Just keep it active and braced. So that's our first set. We'll alternate between. And if you get tired, especially on these overhead presses, as we go through, we'll be doing 4 sets of each. If you get tired of those, just begin to do alternating presses. So maybe like sets 3 and 4. I'm going to cue it that way, but you can do both the whole time if you have lighter weights and you want to do both the whole time. And then we'll move on from there to other sets, but they'll be easy to explain as we go along. So grab a drink, fortify yourselves. Because once it starts, it's on. And it's on. Come to your moonflower stance. Drop into your squat.
Go.
And press it. Shoulders are packed. Don't forget to breathe. Lift and lower. Great. Come to a deep chair. Stabilize your spine, brace your core. Use your Uddiyana Bandha. Bring one arm up and then switch it. Work at your own pace. Sink the hips back. Keep the spine long and stable. Moonflower stance. Rack those weights. Squat.
Go.
Make sure your knees point towards your toes. Keep that nice mountain pose in your upper body. So you're really bracing your core. Back to a deep chair pose. Bring one weight up. Switch. Squeeze back those shoulder blades. Halfway through. I'm going to switch to alternating overhead press. You don't have to. It's up to you. Rack your weight, squat.
Go.
A little bit easier. If you're getting tired. It's a lot of shoulder presses. Back to your deep chair. One weight up.
Go.
Back to your shoulder squats. Squat press.
Go.
Look in those deltoids. Last set for deltoids. Spine stacked, core braced.
Final round.
Deep squat, deep chair pose. Long spine. One weight up.
Go.
Switch it.
Recover.
Put one weight down. Our next set will be reverse warrior for triceps on each side, and then side angle for biceps on each side, and repeat. So we'll do each arm twice for triceps and twice for biceps. You just need one dumbbell. Let's take reverse warrior, turning to the right side. holding the weight up with the right arm. And then
Go.
bend and extend. Keep the elbow pointing up, lower and lift. Sink the hips down. Feel it in the back of your upper arm, right here in your triceps. Pivot, switch your reverse warrior to the other side. The half bind is optional.
Go.
Keep the sternum lifted, keep the spine tall. Keep the shoulders back and down. Pivot other side. Rest your elbow against your inner thigh for a side angle pose and concentration curl.
Go.
Flex it. Lift and lower. Keep the spine nice and long. Try to keep a line down the side of your body. Curl, working biceps. Pivot, other side, elbow against the inner thigh, concentration curl.
Go.
Almost there. All right. Repeat. Pivot other side, reverse warrior. Weight up, weight in your right hand.
Go.
Bend, extend. Down and up. Lower and lift. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, up. Pivot, bring it up, reverse warrior.
Go.
Bend it, extend it. Last for triceps. Feel it in the back of the upper arm, the top arm. Let's finish off biceps. Back to the right side, side angle. Brace against the inside of your thigh.
Go.
You can do it. Almost there. Last
Final
set.
round.
Pivot to your left side. Side angle, elbow brace on the inside of your thigh.
Go. Recover.
Catch your breath. One more block. The last block, we're going to mix up a little bit more. We're going to do chest flies on our backs in supine butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Chest presses with grit. We do this a lot because it's the easiest thing to do without straining our shoulders. Unless we're going to do chaturanga instead, which most of us don't want to do that, so it's fine. Then we'll do pullovers with one weight. Then we'll do some knee rolls. Then repeat. That'll be we'll do 4 different things. Repeat them twice, or repeat them once, do them twice. In our block of 8, there's 8 cycles. So, let's move down to the floor. Both weights should be handy. Bring ourselves down however we like. Soles of the feet together. You can have your heels about the length of one of your feet from your torso, or you can have them wider out to make it easier. Lie back, ground your shoulder blades. Bring your weights up with your palms facing in. And then
Go.
lower to the side. And lift to the center. Make it a controlled movement. Inhale out, exhale back in. Work at your own pace. Keep those shoulders grounded. Keep your core active. Chest fly. Lift your knees to bridge. Palms facing your feet. You can lift and lower your hips with each rep, or keep them up and leave them up. Your choice.
Go.
You can lift and lower the hips each time if you like, or just keep them up the whole time. Either way. Keep breathing. Put one weight down. Grab the other weight with both hands now. Tabletop knees. Brace those abs. Keep neutral spine. Float your head off the mat.
Go.
Inhale out. Exhale back in. Work at your own pace. Work in the range that works for you. The farther out you go, the harder it gets. You can control that. You decide how far to go. Focus on your spinal alignment. Keep those abs braced and tight. Weight down, arms out, tabletop knees. We're going to roll the legs from one side then the other, keeping our shoulder blades grounded.
Go.
Roll it side to side, turning through the waist. Nice oblique work. Back to Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. Grab both weights, ground your shoulder blades. Weights up, palms facing in for chest flies.
Go.
Out to the side, back to the center. Inhale down, exhale back up. Make sure it's controlled. Squeeze those abdominals. Brace your spine. Bridge pose, chest press. You can hold the hips up the whole time, or you can lift and lower.
Go.
All right, one weight down. Grab the other weight with both hands. Tabletop knees. Brace your core. Float your head.
Go.
Inhale out. Exhale back in. Lengthen and lift. Focus on your core, your abdominals. Draw that navel in. Weights
Final
down.
round.
Arms braced, tabletop knees, knee rolls.
Go. Recover.
Plant those feet. Let's bring them a little wider than hip width. Take a couple of nice breaths. Good work. Let our knees fall inward. Our feet a little wider than hip width so knees can fall in. And we'll windshield wiper from side to side. Just releasing the lower back. Come back to center. Let's cross the left leg over the right leg, and then let the legs fall to the left. Keeping the shoulders down. Getting a nice spinal twist here. Just breathing, relaxing, not forcing it. Letting the weight of the legs do the work for us. We can just use sinking breath to inhale. Try to exhale and relax deeper into it. Let's Let's come back to center. We'll uncross the legs. Now we'll cross the right leg over the left. Let the legs fall to the left. Again, the weight of the legs will do the work for you. And we'll use sinking breath. Inhale, exhale, relax and sink. Just melt into it. And we'll raise the legs back up. We'll uncross. Let's roll over onto the side. We'll do a side lying bow pose. So feel free to rest your head on your arm, stack your shoulders, stack your hips, bend your top leg back, grab your foot or ankle, pull up and back. Try to lift your sternum. This side lying half bow. We're opening up our hips and our quads here. Really the whole front body to some extent. Let's relax that. You can roll to the other side. I'm going to flip over so you can still see what I'm doing and I can still see what I see. So again, stacking hips, stacking shoulders, resting head on the arm, bending the top leg back, grabbing the foot or ankle, pulling up and back, pulling that heel away from your backside, opening your hip, opening your quads, stretching out your front body. Use your breath. You can use expanding breath here to inhale and expand, and exhale to maintain. Let's relax that. Let's roll over onto our bellies now. For Sphinx. Legs together, forearms on the mat and elbows under the shoulders. Sinking our hips into the mat, but relaxing our abdominals, relaxing our low back muscles. Letting the work be in the upper body. So you can have your hands parallel with your palms down. You're also welcome to interlace fingers if you like that. We'll inhale and lift the rib cage. Press the chest forward, but keep the core relaxed. So there's no work, there's no strain in the lower back. We're just drawing the rib cage up and away from the hips, away from the pelvis, lengthening the middle of the body. Breathing and stretching. It's a nice abdominal stretch. Now let's release that. Just take a breath. We can stack our hands now. We can bring the forehead down to the hands. Legs together. We're zipping up our legs for locust variations. So, step one, let's just lift our legs off the floor just enough to engage the glutes and lower back without hyperextending the spine. Take a couple of breaths. And relax it back down. Next time we'll lift the hands, the head, the shoulders up just enough to engage the back muscles. Inhale, lift. Hold and breathe. Relax it back down. We're going to repeat it 2 more times. You are welcome to lift just your legs for one and just your upper body for the other, or you can lift either of those both times if you like, or you can lift both of them together. It's whatever you feel comfortable doing. Again, don't hyperextend your spine a whole lot. Just lift up and engage those back muscles. I'm going to lift both. I'm going to change my arms this time. I'm going to bring my arms back to my side. Inhale to lift both. Take a couple of breaths. Slide the shoulder blades down if you're doing this. Relax. And if you're following along with me, I'm going to repeat. This time I'm going to imagine squeezing a beach ball between my arms, pressing in as I lift and hold. A couple of breaths. Relax it back down. Of course, our classic counter pose to these back motions is our child's pose. Let's press ourselves up and back and sink into child's pose. You can have your arms forward. You can stack your hands under your forehead again. You can bring your hands down by your legs if you like, whatever's comfortable for you, whatever feels good for your shoulders. Breathe and sink. And we'll bring our hands in toward our knees. We'll sit up slowly. We'll drop to one hip. Swing our legs around. Let's bring the left foot to the right thigh. Turn to face the right foot. Stack the spine, roll the shoulders. We can extend the arms straight forward and lean forward. Not down, not rounding. Just inhaling for length. Exhaling to press a little deeper into the stretch. I want to take a couple of breaths here. The long spine, reaching straight forward first. We're going to maximize the stretch we get from this position. And then inhale and exhale to release down. Now letting the head sink toward the knee. Grabbing the shin, the ankle, the foot. Use sinking breath once again. Inhale and exhale deeper. You're going to get a nice hamstring stretch here. Don't make it too painful for yourself. But do try to feel that you're stretching the back of the thigh of your extended leg. Let's inhale to rise back up. We'll switch our feet. Left leg forward, right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, stack the spine tall, arms are forward. Exhale, leaning into it. Inhale, lift the front body, lift this up. Don't lean it forward. Lean it forward, don't round it over. Shine it forward. And press. Couple of breaths. And then inhale, tall. Exhale, release over now. Grabbing the shin, the ankle, the foot, letting the head hang heavy. Use the sinking breath to stretch the hamstrings. We'll sit up slowly. Straighten our legs out. If you're on a mat, go ahead and slide your heels to the end of the mat so you have access to the entire mat. We're going to lie down now. You can do sitting tall, reaching forward, tucking and rolling down. You can also grab one leg and roll yourself down this way, whichever way you prefer. Nice and tall, and we roll. Now drawing knees into the chest. Each hand grabs a knee. We're circling like egg beaters. And reversing directions. Now let's bring our arms inside of our legs. We can grab the outside of our feet or the inside of our feet. Coming into happy baby. Soles of the feet coming up toward the ceiling. Knees drawing down toward the floor. Trying to stack ankles over knees. Trying to roll the whole spine down onto the mat. And rocking from side to side. Now coming to stillness, releasing the legs out and down, taking up as much space as you like, relaxing the legs, letting the feet just fall out to the side, bringing the arms down with the palms facing up. Let's close our eyes. Let's begin to scan the body and make sure everything feels supported and grounded. If you need to adjust your shoulder blades or your hips or your head, maybe your neck is not quite long enough or short enough, just make those little adjustments as you feel comfortable making them. So you feel everything is supported and grounded. If you want to stick a blanket under your ankle or under your knees, that's fine as well. Let's do some heart-focused breathing here. Let's imagine you're breathing into your heart and out from your heart. Bringing energy in and out of your heart. Now let's imagine that energy is light. And that light spreads out from your heart, through your torso, into your arms, neck, and head, down through your hips and legs and feet. And just feel that energy in your whole body. Maybe it tingles. Just feel that vitality. And bring the awareness back to that breath. Try to keep your focus on the breath. And if any stray thoughts wander through your mind, you can observe them, let them go. They will be there later. This is time for you just to breathe, just to be, as you go deeper into your Shavasana. Feel free to remain in Shavasana for as long as you would like. Whenever you're ready, you can rock the head from side to side. Now let's hug the rib cage with both arms. Come back to our awareness of that heart-focused breath. Feel those ribs expand and contract. That heart-focused breathing. And then release the ribs and roll to one side. Stacking hip over hip, shoulder over shoulder. Resting head on the arm. A couple more breaths. And now, with as much ease as possible, let's press ourselves up to our comfortable seated position. Let's rock from side to side on our sits bones so we're nice and grounded. Stack the spine, we'll roll the shoulders. We'll lift the sternum. We'll bring hands to heart center. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Namaste. And if you're watching this live or close to live, have a happy Memorial Day weekend. And if you're watching this a lot later, have a happy 4th of July. It still works.